In CEP 800, we have learned that learning involves an active, socially mediated construction of knowledge. This is interesting because I believe that one of my dogs learned actively, another learned through social mediation, and another constructed his knowledge. My husband and I have 3 dogs, Buddy, Macy, and Scout, and each one of them was brought to our family under different circumstances. Therefore, each one of them learned in a different way. Macy, our first dog, learned from scaffolding and behaviorism. Buddy, our second dog, learned from cognitive constructivism. And Scout learned from the other 2 dogs through social constructivism. When we got Macy as a puppy, she needed to learn how to sit. I used Vygotsky's theory of scaffolding by putting a great amount of pressure on her bottom to encourage her to sit when I said sit, the sit command. And eventually, when she realized that sitting her bottom on the ground on command led to a positive reinforcement of a treat, she needed less and less pressure on her bottom to learn how to do this. Eventually, she just began sitting when I told her to.
Yay, puppy!
Macy was also learning through behaviorism because she was having a behavioral response to an environmental stimuli of a treat and my praise. Through practice, repetition, and reinforcement, we increased her ability to do this behavior on command. I was her manager and teacher, and Macy was a passive receptor of knowledge. To increase her ability to sit on command, we used constant, then intermittent reinforcement of behaviors with a treat and praise. Macy's learning was active because she was learning through physical movement. When Buddy joined our family, he was already a year and a half old, so he had prior knowledge from being with another family and being at the Humane Society. Buddy needed to use cognitive constructivism to apply what we were teaching him about being a part of our family to his prior knowledge. He already knew how to control his bladder and to go to the bathroom outside, but he was using our concrete because that's what he had done at the Humane Society in the kennel. We had to create enough disequilibrium in Buddy so that he had to mesh what we were teaching him about not going on the concrete with what he already knew about going to the bathroom outside. Buddy's learning was constructed because he had to take what we were teaching him and mesh it with what he already knew. Then, in a moment of weakness, we decided to add a 3rd dog to our household. Scout learned through social constructivism with the other dogs as his teachers. The first night we put Scout into a cage with Macy, who was then about 2 or 3 times his size, and he started crying, as all puppies do on their first night home. Macy was in the cage with him and sharply growled at him and taught him that this behavior was unacceptable and she wanted to sleep. Unlike Macy as a puppy who kept me awake for weeks every single night, Scout quickly learned that was unacceptable behavior. He also learned through observational learning. Scout acquired skills by observing Macy and Buddy and took way less time learning things than Macy's behaviorism learning. Scout's learning was socially mediated, and he was the quickest puppy to potty train, and he learned how to adapt to our family quicker than the other 2 dogs had.
2 black dogs are smart.
Shake. Shake.
I realize that all learning is active, socially mediated, and constructing of knowledge, but I thought that these 3 dogs with their 3 situations in learning in our family best illustrated one of the 3 components of learning. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it.